Time for another analysis. Today, I'm going to talk about the painting reveal. I've already talked a little bit about it, specifically Mike's facial expressions, but I want to talk more about the scene as a whole. In that video, I mentioned that I didn't think Mike understood that Will was talking about himself. I still feel like he probably doesn't fully understand, but my opinion has changed a little bit. The painting has played a significant role in this season. In episode 1, we know that Elle writes in her letter that Will is likely painting this for a girl. And then in episode 2, we see Mike ask about the painting. So when we go into this scene, we have the knowledge that Mike thinks that Will has painted something for a girl that he likes. Plot twist, it's for you, buddy. We see Mike literally stare at Will through the majority of this scene. This stare right here is so obvious. So, like I said, Mike thinks that this painting is for somebody that Will likes. We see his initial reaction is happiness. Up to this point, we can infer that Mike thinks that this painting is for Will's crush. Him. So if Mike is under the impression that this painting is for somebody that Will likes, and he has this giant smile on his face, hello. When Will brings up that this was commissioned by Elle, which is a bold-faced lie, we see Jonathan's perspective. We can also see that Mike is back to staring at Will. I think at this point, Mike is now extremely confused. First, he thought that this was a painting that Will gave him because he likes him. Now suddenly he thinks that Elle lied about the painting and that Will doesn't actually like him. As Will keeps talking about Elle and her supposed feelings, Mike just stares at Will more. In my opinion, Mike wants this conversation to be about him and Will. He looks madly in love. Look at the twinkle in his eyes. I don't think he's able to discern whether Will is talking about himself or Elle or a mix of the two. However, there's one thing that gives Will away. That's when he starts talking about if Elle had pushed Mike away. But we know that that's the opposite of the truth. Will has been pushing Mike away, not Elle. At this point, I think Mike understands that this is another one of their many coded conversations. Through the seasons, we've seen them express themselves to each other in very roundabout ways. Crazy together. It was the best thing I've ever done. It's not my fault you don't like girls. We're friends. We're friends. What if they don't like the truth? I didn't know what to say. This scene fits the theme. These two are constantly having conversations in code. I still think that he doesn't really fully get it, but I think that he hopes it's about Will. We have seen in season 4 especially that Mike and Will's friendship is given leaps and bounds more development than Mike and Elle's relationship. I've seen a lot of people talk about this particular moment here. Why didn't Mike comfort Will? I think there's two possible reasons. 1, Mike understood to an extent what Will meant, but he's not ready to come out. 2, Mike is canonically the only person who does not baby Will. They're gay, Your Honor.